For years, people were told to stop asking questions about Jeffrey Epstein and the powerful people around him. They said it was just rumors and internet talk. But now, after new files and messages have come out, those questions are harder to ignore. Some unexpected names, like Ellen, have also been mentioned in online discussions about Epstein. Investigators who reviewed his records said his inner circle used strange language and odd phrases that did not make sense at first. Words like pizza, pasta, and jerky appeared many times in emails, not as normal food talk, but in a way that seemed unusual. Even lawmakers who reviewed the files said the language was confusing and disturbing.
There was also a lot of language that appears to be coded regarding food. I wanted to let you know the crew really appreciated the pizza. Another email read, "This is better than a Chinese cookie, see attached. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again." This one talks about, yeah, that's the pizza. You mean radiating a soft glow with a look of bliss and excitement. There's one more, I think, in this list as well. "Sorry, I have no stomach for even the slightest aggro. I don't have the stomach for it for any drama, imaginary or real. I'm still fragile off the last one and scared of shadows." This is in response to some videos that were shared where Jeffrey Epstein himself says, "I watched all of these videos, don't send any more." And then Ghislaine is like, "I can't stomach any of this." What the fuck did you send that Jeffrey Epstein was like, "No more"?
One of them, Anna Paulina Luna, confirmed that these emails included coded language and references involving minors. She said the way these words were used did not seem normal. She also pointed out that jerky did not sound like food when read in context. Later, a forensic expert said these words were likely euphemisms for something much more serious.
Earlier, I'll give you another example here. Epstein sends a message to someone. She looks pregnant, reacting to a photo. And the client replies back to Epstein, "You mean radiating a soft glow with the look of bliss and excitement? Yeah, that's the pizza." I cannot be clearer than this, that this is a code word. It makes no sense in that context whatsoever. And this, on top of the example I gave you earlier, when his virologist gave him the medicine for having an erection, erectile dysfunction, I assume, or it could be even Viagra, and then told him to wash his hands, go have pizza and grape soda. That's been mentioned time and time again. Having adult men, successful men that are very health oriented, constantly talk about pizza and pizza with grape soda, which I've never heard before.
Yeah, I've never heard of pizza and grape soda before this. I don't know if that specific combination was part of the whole Pizzagate thing, but it's definitely mentioned a lot because I saw that phrase, so I looked it up and was like, is this actually like in there multiple times? And it most definitely is. There's
another one here. Have you seen the beef jerky mentions as well? There's an email here from Jeffrey Epstein. Someone else says, Francis has time to come tomorrow to show me how to make it. Jerky, anyone? He will also bring you a taste of his jerky recipe from the restaurant and sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant called Cook's. Wait for it, beef jerky and steak. Yes, time at 3 p.m. There's other emails of him talking about beef jerky. Another one here is Jeffrey Epstein sending it to Steve Hansen saying, "Hope you're feeling better. Did we analyze the beef? Did we analyze the jerky?" Now there's talks about jerky, referencing human meat. It could be for scientific research. Could be something else that's even sicker. But there's more emails here talking about beef jerky. Have you had time to go through those? There's one here. "Thank you so much. Super cool. IT guy setting up Surface right now. We are ridiculously excited, and beef jerky delicious. Thank you, Thanksgiving." So yeah,
it is very. Now I've got all those emails saved. I'd actually had somebody send to me all of those to say, "Hey, would you check this out?" So I have them. I have not read through all of them, but there's no shortage of terms that are phrased in a peculiar way. Muffin is another one. I've seen that a couple of times. I talked about when he says "whoops." That seems to be in very sometimes he says that in very odd terms that seem like they're referring to somebody dying or getting. So there definitely seem to be code words.
Many emails mention jerky being stored in freezers, carried in bags, delivered quickly, and shared between Epstein and his associates. The messages sounded casual, but the details raised concerns. Because of this, attention started turning towards some well-known figures. One of the names being discussed online is Ellen DeGeneres. For years, she was known as a friendly and positive television host. But some insiders and online sources have claimed her name appeared closer to Epstein's social circle than people expected. There were also extreme rumors online, including claims that she helped connect people and kept things quiet. These claims have not been proven in court, but they have still surprised many viewers. Because of these discussions, people started looking back at past warnings. One example often mentioned is Justin Bieber, who once said he felt scared and unprotected as a young star. At the time, many people thought it was just stress from fame. Now, some believe he may have been trying to hint at deeper problems, and others also remember how quickly fact-checkers responded whenever these topics came up. Another story often mentioned involves a young model named Gabriela Jimenez, who in 2009 was seen outside a hotel claiming she had witnessed something disturbing involving powerful people. Another clip that keeps getting attention involves Chrissy Teigen, a friend of Ellen. In an interview, Chrissy made comments about being open to eating human flesh if the person allowed it. When asked again, she did not laugh it off and repeated her statement.
Actually, nothing I wouldn't eat or wouldn't drink or wouldn't try. If the person okayed it, I would eat a human. If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of human meat.
No. I think the only way
you wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Is that terrible?
At the time, many people treated it as dark humor. But after the Epstein case became more widely known, some viewers started questioning why such jokes were made. Online discussions also noted that Chrissy attended many high-profile events, including gatherings connected to major celebrities and political figures. Another part of the discussion involves a rare disease called kuru. This disease was first found in the 20th century in parts of Papua New Guinea. It is caused by damaged proteins that affect the brain and can lead to serious health problems. When an old video of Jeffrey Epstein showed unusual facial movements, some people online tried to connect it to this disease. However, medical experts said it is not possible to diagnose something like that from a short video. Even so, the speculation spread quickly.
I know I'm about to sound completely insane, but just hear me out. This pertains to the Epstein files, the Clintons, and cannibalism, and I feel completely fine and am totally okay. Alright, let's do this. How do we know if someone is a cannibal? Well, they could have the Kuru disease, which is a fatal neurodegenerative disease that spreads through eating brain tissue. It has a long incubation period, 10 to 30 years. Early symptoms are headaches, coordination issues, anxiety, and inappropriate laughter. Middle stage, severe tremors and shaking, loss of balance and slurred speech. Late stage, inability to walk, dementia, and the forever sleep. Do you know of any elites rumored to have consumed human flesh? But I'm not accusing anyone of anything, this is just a fun little joke video. With truth in the mix, in Papua New Guinea they call human long pig. We just love to have fun here. No, the Kuru disease has nothing to do with the Epstein files or anyone in them. Definitely not the Clintons. And I feel fantastic, so yeah. Have a good day, okay?
Supporters of these ideas often say that powerful people sometimes disappear from public view and give health reasons. They believe this can raise questions. On one side, there are confirmed crimes linked to Epstein that were proven in court. On the other side, there are many online theories that mix facts with speculation. In the middle are well-known figures from entertainment and politics. In August 2025, new claims appeared years after the workplace controversy that affected the Ellen DeGeneres show. A former cameraman said the work environment was tense and uncomfortable. He claimed Ellen did not treat male staff well and said there were many staff changes during one season. He described a look staff called the Ellen gaze, where her expression would become very intense when she was upset. He also said Ellen's wife, Portia de Rossi, was kind and friendly. However, he claimed that if male staff spoke too comfortably with her, it could upset Ellen. Some employees reportedly tried to avoid sitting near her at events. Around late 2024, there were reports that Ellen and Portia moved out of the United States after the election. Some media outlets said the move was political, but others were not convinced. Elon Musk reacted online to a post suggesting the move might be related to her past connections with certain people, including Diddy, who is facing legal issues. It is known that she attended some of his events.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then No, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them. I'll listen to the music.
By 2020, criticism of Ellen was not only online, it also came from people who worked on her show. Dozens of former employees spoke about what they described as a toxic workplace. They mentioned harassment, inappropriate behavior, and problems with senior staff. A report by BuzzFeed News brought major attention to these claims. Ellen later sent a message to staff apologizing.
Welcome to season 18 of the Ellen DeGeneres Show.
A new chapter. That's what Ellen promised today as she returned to her studio and spoke out for the first time about the controversy swirling around her.
This summer, there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. And then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened.
She apologized and promised to do better.
The truth is, I am that person that you see on TV. I am also a lot of other things. Sometimes I get sad, I get mad, I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient, and I am working on all of that. I am a work in progress. And if I've ever let someone down, if I've ever hurt their feelings, I am so sorry for that.
But one former Ellen producer isn't buying it. Hedda Muscat worked on The Ellen Show back in 2003.
Phony, liar, hypocrite. That's my reaction. She's known about this for 17 years. She's created this culture. I was there from day one. We were all petrified of her. She was not nice.
Some employees said the bigger issue was the overall environment. They claimed there was no safe way to report problems and that some leaders discouraged complaints. Warner Brothers started an internal investigation and some executive producers were removed. Still, many people questioned why it took so long for action to be taken.
Video clip is a short one, just 3 seconds long. It's part of the Epstein files, and it shows the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein being shown the Louvre by Jack Lang. The 86-year-old former culture minister knew Epstein for years and used his car and his plane. Lang told French media that he'd met Epstein through Woody Allen, and would have cut off all contact had he known that he was at the heart of a criminal network. But Lang's family ties to Epstein go beyond casual acquaintances. The French investigative site Mediapart revealed that Epstein opened an offshore account in the U.S. Virgin Islands in 2016, and half of the shares were owned by Caroline Lang, the former minister's daughter. Her name is also in Epstein's will, signed 2 days just before his death in prison. He promised her $5 million. Caroline Lang has also responded to the site, saying the offshore account was meant for art investments, but she was never paid by Epstein or invested financially in it. Mediapart also said that Lang did not declare the St. Thomas account to the French tax authority. Lang has since resigned from her new post as the head of a film producers group.
More criticism came in June 2025 when comedian Margaret Cho said Ellen had not been kind behind the scenes. She said they had known each other for years, but when she appeared on the show, she felt ignored.
What, Ellen?
Ellen was like really weird and not nice to me for most of my career. And like, because I opened for her in the 1980s.
Oh, you did?
When she was a headliner in comedy clubs and not way before her big fame.
Uh-huh.
And so then when I would do her talk show in the 2000s, she acted like we just met. And I'm like, what?
One of those times.
I'm like, what? Like, that's weird. Like,
right.
It's like, we go way back. What? Like, it's so creepy and weird. But, you know, also, the other thing was David Bowie had been on the show, and he was so excited that the night before that I had come to his show wearing this giant Chinese emperor outfit. He was really thrilled about it, and he talked at length about it. And she cut it out of the show, which made me so mad. And the producer, who's a really good friend of mine, had to call me and tell me, I can't believe she did this, but she cut it out of the show. But you need to know that he was going on and on about your outfit. He loves you. God said your name.
Is so petty.
Which is so rude.
That is so gross.
I don't know if it was personal. Maybe it was for time.
Right.
But still, I'm going to take it
still,
personally just because I decided to.
You should have sent her a note and said, send me the footage. I'll post it to my YouTube.
I know it exists somewhere.
In the end, the truth seems to be a mix of confirmed facts, personal experiences, online speculation, and ongoing questions. What do you think the real story is? Let us know in the comments below.